Welcome, and here's my rules for success in Tom's Next Level Skills Prep. These rules for success have been proven over the years. I've taught these to many of my agents over the years and in my students and classes. They will help you make more money. General rules applied across the board in the real estate business. First one is the more people you meet, the more business you'll do. It's a people business and it is a contact business. You can meet people through social media, this and that, but I believe there is no substitute for in-person meetings. So you have to figure out how you want to prospect and put together some in-person meetings along with all of your online and social media. But never forget, the more people you meet, the more business you'll do. If you ever want to wonder how to increase your business, boost your sales, the bottom line is meet more people. Always remember that. So you're always looking for ways to do that. Everyone you meet has a real estate question. Everybody you meet, especially in today's day and age, has some question related to real estate, and they're just waiting for the right person to ask that question to. They want to know, is it a good time to buy or sell? Are interest rates going to go up or down? What's going on with the new development I see going down the road in our neighborhood? Doesn't matter who it is. Everybody you meet, everybody you know has a real estate question. They're just waiting for the right person to ask that question to. So my sister rule for that is, once you get your real estate license, do not be a secret agent. Let people know what it is that you do. You've gotten into the real estate business. They can't ask you the question about real estate if they didn't know you were in the real estate business. Now, you want to be careful on social media. You don't want to be oppressive about this. And you don't want to be too presumptuous and say, hey, my name's Tom. I just got my real estate license. And if you don't call me to buy or sell a house, I'm going to unfriend you on social media or whatever it might be. You don't need to go there. But how about an announcement on your social media page? Isn't it just okay to say, hey, my name's, I'm me, I'm Tom, I'm on social media, and you should be happy for me. I just got my real estate license, and I'm really excited to get started in my new venture, my new business. You can celebrate your success and let them know what you do without having to say, you better work with me. But once they know what you're doing, you're more likely to have them ask you a question about real estate. So everybody does have a question. Believe me, I've seen it over the years happen a million times. I've talked to new agents who say when I told them that, they changed their social media page, and they got a few calls the next week that said, hey, I didn't know you got into real estate. That's really great. I'm happy for you. And by the way, I've got a question. And people will come out of the woodwork, so to speak, once they know you're in the real estate business. Another close affiliated rule is, if people like you, they'll work with you. New agents always wonder, who's going to work with me? I'm brand new. I don't know anything. Stop your negative attitude. It's not going to help you. Plus, here's what the reality is. If people like you, they'll work with you, because they'd rather work with somebody that they like than somebody they don't know who might be a full-blown expert in real estate. If they like you, they'll expect you to get answers for them. If you can't answer the question right away, just tell them, hey, that's a great question. Let me look into that, and I'll get back to you tomorrow or the next day. And then get back to them, and they'll say that's fine. So if people like you, they'll work with you. What's one of the best skills you can work on? We don't talk about it much in these videos, but one of my other skills prep videos, I mention it again. Being likable. Now that's not real estate directly related, but it's something that will help you. So just be aware of that. There are some techniques you can use. I'll mention it later on in one of my other videos. And also one of my rules for success is that success leaves clues. People that are successful in any venture leave clues about why they're successful. I talked in one of my other videos about finding a mentor, finding somebody to be an assistant with in the brokerage firm you join. Anytime you can associate yourself with or hang out with successful people, or just watch them, they will leave clues about why they're successful. There's no mystery to a lot of it. So that's the first floor, rules for success. Here's 3 more of my rules for success. These rules will help you in your career do business and stay out of trouble. Okay? The first one is, be aware of this and know this. It is not your job to protect your clients. Let me finish with the second part of this, but digest that. It's not your job to protect your clients. What is your job is to tell your clients how to protect themselves. And that's a big leap. That's a big step. So it's not your job to protect them. It's your job to tell them how to protect themselves. How's that ever going to come into play, Tom? Well, how about if you deal with a buyer who says, I really want to make an offer on that house. I know it's multiple offers. So one way they could make their offer more attractive is to say, we're not going to require a home inspection with our offer. We'll take the home the way it is. Some agents would say, oh, no. You always want to get a home inspection. I'm advising you to get a home inspection. I'm trying to protect you. That's not your job. Your job is to tell the client what? If they don't get a home inspection, they'll open up themselves to maybe some potential issues they weren't aware of if their deal gets accepted. So it can be somewhat dangerous and precarious to buy a house without a home inspection. But if you don't want that protection, then don't put it in your offer, and I'll present it either way. You're going to tell them how to protect themselves, but you don't need to protect them. That's not your job. And that goes right along with the second rule there. You should always inform people, but you should never advise your clients. Inform, but never advise. The reason you want to do that is you want to keep yourself clean as far as any potential issues go. Well, Tom told me I should do this. Yeah, Tom told me I should get a home inspection, and then I lost the offer because we had a home inspection. We'd have gotten that home if Tom hadn't told us to get a home inspection. I didn't tell you to get a home inspection. I said you had the choice. It's your job and your decision to make. Some buyers will say, how should we take title? Should we take title when we buy as joint tenants or tenants in common? Don't advise them on that. What can you do? You can inform them. You can say, well, if you take title as tenants in common, then there's no right of survivorship. But if you take title as joint tenants, then there is a right of survivorship. And they say, you know what they're going to say? They're going to say, great, that's wonderful information. What do you think we should do? If to answer that, I'm going to be advising them. So here's a response that I always gave to people. 3 little words in real estate that saved me a lot of money. Never got sued, thank goodness. When they asked me, what should they do? My answer was always, you should seek competent advice. I'll tell you what your options are, and I'll inform you, but I can't advise you. It's not my job. In fact, some advice, like joint tenants versus tenants in common, could be construed quite easily as giving legal advice. Guess what? Now you're practicing law without a license. So be very careful about what you say. Remember that phrase, inform but never advise. That'll get you through a lot of situations and keep you out of some trouble, hopefully. And the other rule is just be aware that opportunities are everywhere. Everywhere around you, there are real estate opportunities. You just have to strike up some conversations with people, let them know you're in the real estate business, and a lot of times opportunities will come to you. Otherwise, you can search out opportunities and begin to look for them in the marketplace. Here's a list of the other videos in my career and skill prep series. The Prospecting and Essential Skills videos will give you great information for brand new agents starting out to move your career along quickly. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, if you like the video, please click the like icon down below. If you want to subscribe, you'll get information about new videos as they come out. And by all means, share the video with somebody that you think might find it helpful. Thanks again, and I wish you great success in your career.